This video, which went around on social media, is from Mantes-la-Jolie. It's to the west of Paris. It shows roughly 150 high school students. They're kneeling with their rucksacks on their hands behind their head as officers in riot uniforms are seen standing over them. Now, it's worth saying the Gilets jaunes, this big yellow vest movement, has inspired others, including the students, to pile on the pressure on Emmanuel Macron over the issues they are unsatisfied about. But when this video went around, people saw this as shocking. They thought it was a disturbing video, and indeed, first of all, a lot of fact-checkers in France made sure this was indeed a real video. They compared the angles, and indeed, AFP's team of fact-checkers did say that was a real video. Let's just bring you up some of the reactions to that. Well, an education union saying, how can the Republic progress if it puts the young people on their knees? And despite that video going around yesterday, young people back out today. Worth saying local authorities say those young people were engaged in a violent demonstration, but of course it is a controversial image nonetheless. Well, let's just bring you up the scenes from the streets of Paris today, captured by Emmanuel from our team in the Cube. It shows a demonstration where at least one rubbish bin was set on fire. The students, as you can see here, out gathering on the streets. This, of course, ahead of the official Gilets jaunes Gilets jaunes protests this weekend. Well, come with me. Let's speak to Emmanuel now. She is in Paris tonight, the French capital, and spent the day with French students. Hello to Emmanuel. Emmanuel from our Cube team. First of all, this has been a big deal on social. How did you end up at that protest today?
Well, we've been following this protest for 3 weeks now in the Cube, both you and I, watching these unfold on social, on Snapchat. They're largely organized on Facebook. And we got in touch with them and got in touch with the student president of one of the unions and jumped on a train and came and met them this morning. And I was out there all day with them, hundreds of students walking through the streets of Paris.
Yeah, I just thinking, Emmanuel, when you were there with the students there today, what were their key demands? And did they have any reaction to that video we saw going viral?
Yeah, it was very clear on the ground that that video had an immediate impact. All the students were talking about it. They were reenacting the scenes that you just showed, and kneeling on the ground with their hands behind their heads. They were chanting, Macron démissionne, which means Macron resign. So they were angry, they were frustrated, and but they were not violent. We didn't see any violence today in the protests, except one garbage bin that was set on fire.
We heard there from Emmanuel. Demands for President Emmanuel Macron to resign. And indeed, the pressure will be piled on Macron this weekend as the wider Yellow Vest protests are set to continue, Sam.